Okay, these braids are looking crusty, dusty, and musty, so it is time to take them out and do a post-protective style wash day to reset my natural hair. I've had these braids in for about 6 weeks, and the curls are synthetic. They've tangled quite a bit, as you can see, but considering the length of time that I've had them in, they don't look too bad. So we're gonna start our wash day with, of course, taking these out, and I'm going to take you along for the rest of the day. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Alrighty, I have got my coffee, my scissors, scrunchie, bag to put all the little extra hair bits, and it is currently 10:09 p.m. So we are going to cozy up with some Netflix, take out this hair. I am notorious for taking forever to take out my hair, so let's see how long it takes.
One eternity later.
Alrighty, you guys, the time is now 4:03 p.m. and I have finished taking out my braids. They look very beautiful. It's giving very SZA. Okay, so we are going to just brush through everything, take out all the shed hair, and then head into washing. It's so nice, you know, when you get that little and your scalp feels so good. I am loving that, but hair's looking, don't look too bad. Okay, here we are. Braids are out. Hair is looking pretty good. Gotten rid of most of the shed hair. You can see there's some edge control buildup along the perimeter. So we're gonna go ahead and wash. Now, when I do my post-protective style washes, I always like to go in with a cleansing or a clarifying shampoo. So I'm using the Pattern Cleansing Shampoo. And then I also like to do a pretty intense deep condition. So I'm going in with the Camille Rose Jansen's Moisture Max. So we are going to section this bad boy out, shampoo in sections, and I will see you when I'm out of the shower. Okay, I am out of the shower. A bit of a time check. It is 2:44. My deep conditioner is in, and as I like to preach, I'm actually reading the instructions, and I'm going to leave this on for 35 minutes. My hair is sectioned. Let's give it a little sneak peek here. Sectioned in 4. So I deep conditioned, detangled my hair, put it into 4 twists, clipped it up with these clips, put my plastic cap on, and we will allow this to marinate for 35 seconds and wash it out. Okay, the time is 3:28. We have let our 35 minutes of our deep conditioner marinate. We've washed it out. So I'm going to change and then come back and style and see how we are doing. Okay, I am all dressed. Hair is washed and deep conditioned and rinsed out. So here is what we are working with. Okay, our sections are untwisted a little bit. Here's the back. But my hair is feeling really nice. She's looking good. We've got clean scalp. Now I did notice that when I was washing, like the front of my hair was feeling a little bit tender, and I think that's because the style that I had cornrows at the front, so seeing a little too many bald spots at the front for my liking. So we'll put some stimulating oil. I think I have something on my shelf back here that I can use for that. but we're untwisting all of our twists. Here is a bit of a length check. We have no breakage. Hair is feeling soft, looking pretty good. So I think that was a successful protective style. Alrighty, I am going in with the ApHogee Curlific Moisture Rich Leave-In. Just going to spray that all over. Paying special attention to the ends. So as you know, the ends are the part of our hair that like rub against our clothes and are most likely to break. So I'm just going to be spraying that pretty generously. I like to just sort of like lift it up and get on the inner layers of the hair as well. And I'm just going to do some prayer hands to make sure that's evenly distributed throughout the hair. Okay, so game plan is we're gonna do a twist out. So we're just gonna put it in twists and then let that air dry. Something else that I like to be a bit mindful of after taking out my protective styles is to just be a little bit gentler on my hair. So I typically don't use heat. I mean, generally I don't use heat a lot. That's not intentional. It's truly laziness. I don't feel to blow dry my hair unless I'm putting it in a protective style that requires blow drying. So if I'm wearing my natural hair out, I'm just gonna put it in some sort of twist, some sort of braid, a wash and go, something that is quick and easy for me. So we're gonna do twist outs. We're gonna put it in the twists. My previous style had a middle part, so I also like to switch up my parts. So I think I'm going to do a right side part today. So I'm just going to section that off. Oh, looking real wonky. Going to seeing some tangles that we are going to address shortly. When you're taking out your tangles, you just want to gently just comb through them and then gently separate the hair. Yeah, listen, if any of you guys know tricks of parting your hair easily, please do let me know, because it takes me a minute. We clearly missed some tangles, so I'm just going to gently take those out and try again with this part. Okay, we are getting closer, I think, to a presentable looking part. Oh, you know what? Not perfect, but we will take it. Okay, so I'm going to section my hair off. I'm gonna grab my clips and just do 4 sections. And these are the clips that I like to use. Just rinsing them off because I did use them in my conditioned hair, so there's a bit of product on there. Just a quick rinse. Okay, so we're going to do some rough sectioning here. This is going to be one section. This is going to be another section. And section 3 right here. And we're gonna start on working on this section here. So I'm going to leave it out. Just taking my fingers through to do a bit of a rough detangle. Feels pretty okay. Just some small loose strands coming out. It's pretty normal for me. Just gonna take those out. Okay, so for styling, we're going in with the Made Choice Tropical Moringa Pearly Braid Out Glaze. And as we do, we will be reading the instructions. I have used this before. It's been a while though. So it says here, section clean, wet or damp hair, apply glaze sparingly to each section from roots to ends to set desired style. Air dry, or for faster drying, sit under a dryer or blow dry. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's a pretty runny texture. So I'm going to take, actually it's not that runny. Here's a big goop. So I'm gonna take a blob, put it in between. It says sparingly, so I'm just gonna use this for this section here. And I'm going to put it all over the section. Then I'm going to split the section into smaller sections, about this much. That even looks pretty big. I'm going to take a tiny bit more product, this much, on the ends. Actually, I should be going from root to ends as per the instructions. So I'm going to go from root to ends, split it in two, and twist. Now these twists don't have to be anything pretty, anything perfect, because I'm going to air dry them overnight and then take them out in the morning. This is how our twist is looking. And we will do 2 more in this section. So again, taking a tiny bit more product, this much, going from root all the way down, smoothing that onto the ends, and twisting. We've got 1 more section back here. Bit more product. Root to ends. Now, ideally, you'd like sections that are the same in size. I definitely didn't do that, but because I think for my twist outs, you know, when the curls are all out, they're out. Although the size of your sections may make an impact on drying time, the smaller sections may be faster to dry. So maybe just a note if you are short on time. Okay, so here is how the first quarter is looking like with the twists. Again, I'm not doing any fancy parting. This is purely a means for preparing the actual style. Alrighty, so I'm going to continue to do that, finish up the rest of my hair. I'm gonna put on some YouTube. Saw my girl Tanika Boyd posted a new video today, so I will catch up on that. And I will be back when the rest of my hair is done. So here's how we're looking with all of our twists done. Here is the front, and here is the back. Like I said, nothing too crazy. Something I did forget to mention was that because the Pearly Braid Out Glaze says apply to damp or wet hair, by the time I got to the last section at the front, my hair was a little bit dry, even after putting the leave-in conditioner. So I just spritzed a little bit of just plain water in my mister bottle to rehydrate it in order to use the product as advertised. Okay, and lastly, coming back to put a little something on my potentially thinning edges. So I have here this hair growth oil Bio 7. Here we go. Do these hair growth oils work? I don't know. But this is what I have, and we are going to use what we have. So here we go. I do actually would love to try the Sacred hair drops. I have heard really good things about those, but I'm in Canada. Those drops are in the US, and not paying like probably close to 100 Canadian doll hairs for some edge drops. And I'm gonna use what I have. So maybe I'll try that out in the future, but for the time being, we will just put these on. Apply, use 5 to 10 drops on damp hair and scalp after each wash is how to use that. And I do also like to just oil my scalp after my wash days. Not anything too crazy. I'm going in with the Allocate Naturals Essential 17 hair growth oil. And it says, you know, use every other night, drink water for best results, but I'm just going to put a couple drops all over here. And I love oil bottles that have these nozzles because I think you really don't need a ton of oil. So I really appreciate when they have these nozzles to help control. Like I'm literally putting every dot is just 1 or 2 drops. Okay, you guys, that was my post protective style wash day. Time is now 4:03 p.m. We did start at 10 a.m. We did, however, 4 of those hours were just taken out the protective style. And then 35 minutes was the deep condition. So we're not doing too bad. We are not doing too bad. I typically preach that wash day doesn't have to actually take the entire day. The exception, of course, is your protective style takedown. And truthfully, we didn't use all that many products. We did the pattern shampoo, the Camille Rose conditioner, the moisture rich leave-in, the braid out glaze, and the 2 oils. So what's that? 6 products? That's not too bad. I'm really trying to preach like the simplicity and the straightforwardness with natural hair. Maybe not simplicity, maybe it's simple for me now because I have been doing this for a few years and I've made my mistakes and I've learned. But for those of you just starting out on your journey, I really want to emphasize that with time, you will fall into your routine and it doesn't have to be this big, complicated, crazy thing every time you go to wash your hair. So here we are post-wash day. I will insert a clip or a picture of how it's looking like tomorrow when I take it down. Okay, so here is the final look after all of our twists are out. Twists are looking very juicy. Hair is feeling soft. Scalp is feeling healthy. So here it is. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give this a like. And if you'd like to see more of me, please consider subscribing. But after that, thank you so much for watching and coming along with me for my post protective style wash day. Wishing you a fabulous week ahead. Bye.